Against the backdrop of a town committee formed over the past several months designed to bring a renewal to the town of Arlington, voters there will be converging on the Mack Performing Arts Center at the Arlington Memorial High School on Monday, March 5th, for the municipal and school district floor meetings to kick off their local town meeting. On the town side of the equation, voters will discuss and vote on off the floor a proposed town budget totaling slightly more than $1.43 million, an increase in spending of about $71,000 over the previous year's budget, or a roughly 5% increase in proposed spending. The amount of that to be raised by local taxes will actually be lower, however, dropping by more than $58,000. Last year's municipal tax rate was 31.5 cents. This year's tax rate won't be set until the summer. Other than the budget, Town Clerk Robin Wilcox said she didn't see any major controversial items on the town warning.
Every year, people do talk about the budget. They have a lot of good questions regarding the budget. We do vote the budget from the floor for the town at town meetings, so it's pretty important, and we spend quite a bit of time on it. So on Monday evening at 7 o'clock at the Mack Performing Arts Center, which is up at the high school, we'll park in the same area as the gym and walk up the walkway to the Performing Arts Center. The school will be going first this year at our floor meeting, and the town will follow. And that all begins at 7 o'clock. The next day is our voting, which also will be held at the Mack Performing Arts Center due to the closure of the gym because of the flooding. And so people should be aware of that, a little change in venue. The hours for polling are 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. And anyone who can't make it at that time can come in and do absentee ballots, fill them out ahead of time, and if you can't make those hours, between 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. Now, the articles 10 through 42 here will be voted on by ballot on Tuesday at the elections, and that'll be voting for our candidates as well as any funds that we're going to be putting money into, and any outside donations to different organizations. Those are all voted on by ballot on Tuesday.
There will be one contested race on the ballot, she added.
We have one race that has two candidates for one position of delinquent tax collector. Linda Crosby is the incumbent, and Kendall Jennings is running against her this year. There's a 3-year seat that's Dan Harvey's, and no one's running against Dan. And there's a 2-year seat that's Cynthia Browning's, and no one's running against Cynthia.
On the school side, the school district has seen some intense discussions in recent months over where the district is heading under Act 46, the school district consolidation law. But in terms of the school budget, which will be discussed during the floor meeting Monday night and then voted on by Australian ballot the following day, Tuesday, March 6th, the spending will be similar to the previous year, said Battenkill Valley Supervisory Union Superintendent William Basic.
Well, this is a pretty easy interview to do, Andrew, because our budget isn't changing that much. We have approximately $6.9 million budget, which is just a 1.5% increase from last year. The only change out of the whole budget is adding a pre-K teacher due to enrollment. The way that pre-K is structured in the state, we do receive some extra monies as enrollment goes up. So our budget is what I would say under inflationary rate, which is generally 2.5%. I'm not sure exactly what it is this year. So it's a very conservative budget. Our tax rate is going up, was going up 9.84 cents. If we round that up to 10 cents on a $250,000 house, that would be $250 a taxpayer would be paying in that increase. However, Brad James, business manager of the state, has come out after he wrote the letter and thinks it's down to 7 cents already, which would reduce us to about 7.5 cents. And there's still some talk about reducing that further through many things happening in the legislation. So it looks like that our tax rate will not be 9.84 cents. We do have to put that on the warning, though, because that is what officially the state is telling us. So in terms of principals, they got exactly what they asked for. They're satisfied. Our good program here in the Arlington schools will continue. So it should be a pretty quiet town meeting. Locally, if we have called a common level of appraisal, which actually went down in, went up, and it goes up to, so if it goes up, your tax rate goes down. In Arlington, our CLA, common level appraisal, went up. So that if you combine that with that 1.5% increase in our budget, we actually had zero tax increase. So all our tax increase is coming from the state.
Voters will also elect or re-elect 3 school directors, one for a 3-year term, the other 2 for 1-year terms. For the GNET TV News Project, I'm Andrew McKeever.